Yo, yo, welcome to A Dose of Rags podcast, episode 29. Am I correct? That's right, bitch. Almost 30. A lot of y'all thought we were going to make it. 4 of us that are listening. 4 of you that are listening, not 4 of us. Yeah, that includes us. There's one of you listening. We're almost to 30, bitch. Unfortunately, we won't get to 30 with Jay, as he is going to be traveling for the next month. But we're going to go into that later in the show. First, I want to wish everybody a happy St. Paddy's Day. We're filming on St. Paddy's. One of my favorite holidays in New York when I was living there. I love Irish people. I'll tell you, Irish people are the least racist white people in the goddamn world. That's a fact. I mean, first of all, that's why black people take their names. Because they're like, bitch, I might as well go with that, right? No, but Irish people in New York City, I'll tell you, I'm surprised. The Irish people are such a rich people as far as they're emotional, they're caring. I ran into some Westies, which are gangsters, in Hell's Kitchen through the years of my time in Manhattan. I've run into so many cool Irish bartenders. I've run into bartenders who are the biggest assholes that are Irish, but they had to be, right? What are you going to do when you find me in the bathroom downstairs passed up? You know what I'm saying? You're going to get angry. You're going to ban me. There was a bar. This was around the corner from Caroline's on Broadway. It's called Playwrights. That's where a lot of people come, a lot of celebrities. I mean, that place, I met so many. But I used to, look, that place was, again, I've been there hundreds of times. Shout out to some of the people, PJ, Danny. These guys served me for years. I was banned for a little bit, as I said. But yeah, man, I didn't have my bright green stuff's in the wash, so I'm wearing my army green, but I'm still celebrating St. Paddy, celebrating being an Irishman, celebrating, the original white slaves of the United States. What a people. You know what I mean?
One of my closest friends is Irish, man, and I'll tell you, just as you said, they are the nicest people, and they're always champions of the underdogs and the people that have been colonialized and under oppression. They're always stand by the people that are oppressed, and that's what I love about all the Irish people, man.
You know what's crazy? They don't really teach you the real history, right? And I remember when I was young, and I watched the movie The Crying Game. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. There was a lot of IRA aspect in there. It was eye-opening to realize how they were persecuted by their own brothers of the North, right? Or, and even including the Scottish and all that. But yeah, man, Irish people the shit, bro. Don't ever let them tell you the other way. Even though I'm seeing some Irish hate in Ireland for Indians, ironically.
What, the Irish are hating on Indians there?
I think, look, I seen a crazy video where it's 2 Irish women are in a bar and they tell an IDF soldier, this is different from that Indian. They tell a soldier that he's not allowed in their bar. Whatever, you get out of his, whatever. So it's crazy, man. Look, Jay, we're fair to everybody here, right? We want the children to stop being killed. Unfortunately, there's a ground war going on in Gaza now. So, obviously there's always 2 sides to a story. It takes 2 to tango. It's obviously, we know where more children are dying. We obviously do know there's a lot more innocent victims on one-sided kind of battle here. But I will say that it's going to take both sides to change, right? We know that. But yeah, anyway, we're not going to go into some fucking politics shit. We get trapped. But happy
You sure?
St. Patrick's Day.
The craziest thing that come out of Ireland was Conor McGregor.
I mean, that guy is a legend. And you know what's crazy? He's also an example of how drugs and alcohol will destroy your career. Right? You know what I mean? So we can all learn from him. I just love that little dance he did.
Oh, I don't know who invented it, him or Vince McMahon. Like,
Vince McMahon. Don't give Vince McMahon any credit, bro.
No, McGregor did that.
Did he put that first?
That walk? Yeah.
I mean, you got to listen. That walk itself, bro.
Yeah,
that is a.
I mean, maybe he was
walk,
inspired by Vince McMahon, but he had a whole different iteration of it. If he was influenced by McMahon on that one,
you know how you could tell by the way a man moves. what he's like Elon Musk. You tell he's a fucking weirdo just because the way he just kind of, it's weird. But that guy, McGregor, I mean, I say a statement without saying a word. That's the fucking definition of that dance. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's move on. So, Jay, you're going to India. I want to talk about this.
But while we're giving shout-outs to other cultures, let's just give a shout-out to Nowruz, the Persian New Year, which will be this coming March 20th at 5 a.m. So I wanted to give a shout-out to all my Persian and Iranians out there.
There we go. There we go.
All right. Do you guys have a name for that New Year's? Is there a day?
Yeah, it's called Nowruz.
Nowruz?
Nowruz. So tell us about the Persian New Year. Tell us about what happens on 5 a.m. on the 20th. Because I think people, I want to give people accurate information. Iran gets a lot of hate. And matter of fact, Iran is just like America. At the end of the day, there's people sitting outside enjoying a tea, enjoying their life. They're fucking normal people, bro. So tell us about the New Year. Tell us about what happened.
Well, is the Persian New Year, Nowruz means new day in Persian, right? It's the Persian New Year, a 13 days festival celebrating the first day of spring, typically around March 20th or 21st, depending on like the sun and all this stuff. I can't get into the details on that one. Mm-hmm. And it symbolizes renewal, rebirth, new beginnings.
Okay, yeah, come on. I don't want to hear that normal bullshit. I want to hear what the fuck y'all do on New Year's to really celebrate. Give me the juice. Don't give me, well, it's a time for being reborn. You sound like a fucking white woman.
You gotta give both versions, Rag. I gotta respect the person.
Of course,
I cancel before we even get started.
I want to hear though, the real deal, because I think every New Year is about being reborn, restart. I want to hear, what's your favorite part growing up in your life of Persian New Year? You know what I'm saying? Was it, I don't know, fucking dipping sugar cubes in your tea? I don't know. Give me some good intel on a great memory you had on a Persian New Year.
My dad would give me money.
Okay.
It's customary to give for the the patriarch of the family or the matriarch of the family to basically give everyone younger than him some dough, whether it's when you're a little kid, $5-10 or 20, 50 or $100.
Bro, that sounds like Indian New Year.
As a 5-year-old, as a 5 or 6-year-old, $5-10 is a lot. Okay. But as you get older, they start hitting you up for more and more dough.
I see the Chinese New Year, which just passed. They be giving out mad envelopes. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you getting, how much you getting this year?
I don't know. We'll find out in a couple of days.
What did you get last year?
Anywhere between $50 to $100.
50 to 100. I mean, you got to talk about inflation, Dad. Let's go. I mean, New Year's, it's costing me $50 to get to your house, bro.
Look, if I were celebrating in Iran, I have like 15 or 20 freaking like cousins, aunts and uncles or older cousins. Hey. Kids my age would make, or kids, in the homeland would make a whole, a bunch of money on Nowruz.
Well, you know what? Instead, they're going to give you likes on your podcast.
Right.
Which is better than money.
Better than gold, baby. Better than gold.
And I want to thank all your family out there for supporting our podcast. Thank you so much, guys. But yeah, so now will you pass on Persian New Year to your children? Right?
We're slowly trying to educate them, that's for sure. I mean, I'm not doing a good job, if I'm being honest with you. So that's why I'm trying. Well,
you better do it now before
lean into my parents.
Before the schooling system teaches them who Iran is.
I know. Oh no, as they say, Iran.
Yo, Rags, listen to this, right? So I'm reading. It says, children receive small gifts and visitors enjoy tea, pastries, fruits, mixed nuts, and other light food. What other day? Does that sound like Diwali to you?
Yeah, it sounds like so, I mean, let's be honest. I want to know who's smoking that fucking hash on New Year. Smoking that, what's that stuff called? The opiate that they smoke? Red Rock opium. Yeah, Red Rock opium. Yeah, opium. I mean, are you, have you been exposed to that part of the Iranian
Not opium,
culture?
But hash, yeah. Out there, my cousin hooked me up with some hash once. I mean, it was like the thick-ass,
slab.
Long, slab of fucking hash.
I've heard some great stories about hash. So, in Pakistan or India, I forget where, they do have what it's called a half donut, right? So they dig a half donut into the ground, okay? They take a fucking slab of hash because it's just so much out there. They put it in one end of the donut hole, and they light it on fire, and then you stick your head in the other half in the donut hole, and you just get so blasted, bitch.
People think of the most innovative ways to get high, man. Like,
I mean, that's a little waste.
crazy.
I don't think that's innovative. I think it's the opposite. You're wasting a lot of hash to get super high. It's like those guns. Have you seen those guns? They just shoot people with the smoke. No, well, that's a Cali thing. They're around these weed festivals. They just got guys with guns, and they blast you with it.
That's just so OD.
But yeah, it's nice to see you guys will be celebrating, especially since Donald Trump is threatening attack to Iran. So let's see if he can fuck up their holiday, right? All right.
We'll see how that goes.
Jay, you're going to India.
Yep. Yes, sir.
It's been 10 years since you've been in India. Now let's give you have fucking it. I'm in the new studio setup. Sorry.
Jay said he's leaving his turtleneck home, by the way, if you're curious.
Have to.
Yeah, if you go to India with that turtleneck, you really someone's gonna tell you, please stop farting, because you're gonna smell it so bad, bro.
I'm worried about that plane ride.
In India, actually, you might hold in the smell. It's so tight, it's so bulletproof.
Does that fold? Did you fold that? Is that foldable? Like, can you unfold that? Oh my god!
Yeah.
Wow.
Why does it look so confused? It doesn't know what to do.
Wow.
It is a Debo turtleneck, man.
That is a French professor turtleneck. You definitely look like you've got a past that you don't want nobody to find out about. You definitely look like you be adjusting it, and there's dirty thoughts going through your mind.
Does your Jesus beard get caught in there, bro? Like, does it get caught in there? Facial hair?
A little bit, a little neck.
I think that actually might be a good to fly in, because you can just pull it over your head. There you go. That's great to sleep on the.
I mean, Jay, it wasn't that cold today. I mean, it was like 65 degrees out here. What the hell are we doing right now?
I know, man. Honestly, I had to scramble last second. I had a couple of hoodies that wore them in the last podcast. I just threw something on last minute.
Why didn't you wear that thick ass chain right on top of it, like you did on the?
I can't figure out how to put it with this thick ass turtleneck.
Oh, you got it.
The chain turns into a choker because
it's not going to work. But you're not going to put it around your neck.
It looks like a collar.
Hold on, one second.
You look like a pastor.
Yeah, just keep it on for the rest of the episode.
Oh my god, this is crazy.
No, I was talking about the other chain, the one that you have with the.
Oh yeah, I got that. It's I think it's in the car somewhere.
That one
won't fit.
So, what were you talking about, Jay? You're going to India. You are going to be there for 1 month.
Yes, sir. 1 month.
You're going to Mumbai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad.
Yep. 2015 is last time I went. 10 years.
Wow. 10 years ago. Yep. Now, I want to be... Jay, India is a little bit different for you than this is for me, right? Because I'm born in the United States. I've only been to India 2-3 months at a time. We spend the majority of the summer there when we went, and I've only been there 3 times. But I want to get into our origins, because, Jay, you were actually in high school in the United States, and then you ended up in India.
Yeah.
And
wonder why, right?
I can remember. So, listen, this is the reason we're talking about this is because, folks, majority of the reason Jay went to India was because I ratted him out.
He decides to be the good older brother without one
snitch.
time.
So, I'll tell you what happened. I see my brothers and Jay at the age of 15?
Yeah,
right?
About 15, yeah.
15 years old, 14, 15. They were bad kids, bro. Stealing albums, smoking cigarettes, just fighting in school. I mean, anything and everything that you could do wrong, these guys were doing. And again, it was a different movement at that point, because it went all of a sudden now Indian kids are like some of the most popular kids in the school. But Jay... I kind of fucked up here, but it's weird because it worked out in a good way at some level. Jay was stealing heavily. So were my brothers. Here's a big reason I did it. I ratted him out to his mom. I made him call his mother on the phone in front of me and tell her and confess like a real asshole. But I did the same thing to my brother. I felt like part of the reason that the shit was happening was me. right? I was a bad influence, and I felt responsible at some point because no matter what you say, don't do this, don't do that, kids are going to watch what you do. And they were learning. I wasn't stealing at that point, though. So I'm like, what the fuck? I used to steal, but I stopped doing that. So it was, by that age, I was 20. No, maybe I was only, when you were 14, I was only 19, right? So I was at that point kind of figuring my life out a little bit. And I didn't figure it out for many years still, but starting to figure it out. And unfortunately, these guys, I did give you guys a couple chances. Didn't I?
Not me. You gave your brothers a couple chances. I got roped into with them.
Wait a minute.
Guilty by association.
Hold on, before you get it. Couple of chances for what? What do you mean by couple of chances?
Because I told them, stop smoking. Big. I said, stop smoking, man. This is the dumbest thing you do at this young age. I did it, and it was stupid. Stop smoking. Stop stealing, because you're going to get caught. And these guys were good thieves. You're talking about, all of a sudden, I come home, and my brothers are like, yeah, I got the pocket album, I got the biggie album. Like, they got albums for days. On top of that, they got packs and packs of cigarettes. Where they're getting them, and they're just bad kids. You know what I mean? They're going around bullying in a good way, bullying the bullies, which is a good thing. But, I mean, look, I just wanted to make sure the smoking. The major thing was the smoking for me.
Were you stealing from merchants?
Smoking, Jay.
Oh, yeah. So, I'll tell you this.
So, let me go from my point of view.
Yeah.
I see Jay smoking, guys. And Jay is, well, how tall are you now?
5'6.5". Fuck you.
5'6". Back
5'3".
then, Jay's in his fours, okay? He's probably 4'11", okay? So I'm seeing a little munchkin smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to grow no more. You got to quit smoking. Like, I was genuinely worried about it. And he's like, he's not listening. I didn't, even though you don't remember, Jay, the stealing I caught you the first time, but I had caught you smoking a couple times.
Oh, yeah. But those warnings you gave your brothers, I wasn't there for.
Back in a fucking backyard smoking. I'm like, we don't have a fence, motherfucker. Like, I can see everything.
We go to the trail and chew leaves trying to cover our breath like idiots.
I mean, that was where I felt responsible for you, because I was like, look, I'm the one causing this shit. So I did a drastic move. I called your mom. I said, Jay, you're going to call her.
Oh, my God.
I made Jay's a 14-year-old. I'm like, call her now. And Jay, this is when Jay started doing this shit, probably. I said, dial the number. I don't want. Oh, God. I mean, literally calls his mom. And I'm like, you better say it. I remember pointing at you. Say it. But I also did not think your mom was going to go that hard and drastic, right? I thought she'd be like, hey, don't do that shit. Or she'd watch you a little closer, smell your breath, and, smell those fucking leaves whenever you're eating. I didn't think it was like, all right, you're getting on an Air India flight, which is clogged. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think you were going to go back to the homeland. And she put her money where her mouth was. She said, all right, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. She puts you on a fucking one-way flight to fucking India, bro.
Well, they tricked me. I thought I was going to go see my family, and they left me there.
See?
Because I wouldn't have hopped on that flight.
Your mom's smart.
Yeah.
Your mom's smart. So she's like, you're going to see your family. You're going to see your family. And then what do you know? Bitch, you're getting kidnapped. And put in boarding school. Now, tell us now. You're going on the plane. You're so excited, right?
Yep.
And what happened?
You're talking about now, or you're talking about?
No, not now.
Oh,
that moment.
Moment. Yo,
getting snatched.
Oh my God. Well, first of all, when you made me call my parents, this is what worried me, right? They didn't scream, "Oh, just come home." Yeah, just come home. When they say that, it's.
Let me also say, the reason I thought I didn't do that, your dad is very patient, very reasonable man, okay? One of the most patient men I have ever met, especially since you're his son. I'm kidding. No, patient even with us as bad kids that were around each other, right? So I'm thinking his dad's going to be very reasonable about it. I knew your mom, on the other hand, she's a no-nonsense. You know what I'm saying? She deported your ass like Trump. She's like, get the fuck out of here, bitch. Like, seriously, so it's two odds.
Yeah.
Two things. I thought they were going to compromise and come together.
here's it. My
So
dad is the one I was more scared of, right? Because you said he's patient, but when he hits that point, when a patient person hits that point, that's
Threshold.
that's
there's
when,
no return.
yeah,
There's no return.
Because my mom will scream, yell, nag, whatever. But my pops, when he gets it, your pops had the same thing. I've seen the smacks that he delivered to back in the day. It comes out of nowhere too when you least expect it. Boom.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's what I was scared about. Like when these had just come home, like I was like, oh man, it's gonna be an ass whooping I'll never forget. And this is why I was heated because me and one of your brothers, we got away. We only got attempted, and so they would have never known that there was no charges. They would have never known, and you made me confess that it happened. I was like, oh man, I gotta,
You know,
I
you know what? The reason I did that is because I caught AK&V mad times. I'd seen you smoking, and I was like, this motherfucker don't get you. He's going to stunt his goddamn growth. And that's something you can't get back in life. And I was more worried about you guys' health than anything else. And I was also like, okay, well, it's not, my ways are not working. So what better way than I was beating AK&V's ass. It wasn't working. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, I'd stop hitting him because obviously, you know what I'm saying? I grew up getting hit. This shit don't work, right? I think especially it depends. You gotta whip and you gotta hit him in the butt a little bit, right? You gotta discipline, but you can't go overboard because the shit makes the kids go the other way, right? So yeah, I mean at that point you get home and you're talking about you didn't get caught as far as charges from the police.
Right.
Okay. Right. Just to clear that up. You get home and what happens when you get home?
It was. I mean, I got a lecture, but I didn't get the normal like fly off the handle. So that means like they were like, all right, they plotted in secrecy about
ready.
their next move. Yeah, and this was the straw that broke the camel's back.
They were ready before that.
Yeah,
before that went down, they were ready. So what that? Okay, so you're trying to say that was a straw that broke the camel's back. Then what other shit were you getting in trouble for before that?
So I think also where my parents got concerned is they would put up with the shit, but once my grades started slipping, that's when that was their biggest thing. They're like, all right, as long as he's still getting good grades, like all right, he's mischievous, he does shit once in a while, that'll settle down. But once everything like started going in that direction, I think that's when they started getting concerned. And then when Rags made me admit that I got attempted shoplifting, they're like, okay, yeah, this is we need desperate to take some desperate measures. And we were so rebellious, like my parents knew that there's no way in hell I would have gotten on that plane to go to India if they told me that I was going to boarding school. So it was a family trip, and they were so sneaky about it. They had my family, my aunt, uncle, cousins, come with me to the school, thinking we're all going as a family, and then boom, got left there.
What do you mean? Wait. What do you mean? Go to the school. Explain that.
So this school is in another state. Like it's in the foothills of...
Why did you think you were going to this boarding school to begin with?
So, all right. So my parents are part of the Chinmay mission here, which for people that don't know, it's a Hindu, it's like a Hindu teacher and like followed that. It's that particular temple or the teaching.
Okay. So you thought you were going to the mission.
Yeah, just to visit. It was a brand new school that just came up. It was the first year, so we thought we'd just visit it. It's the first year that the school resurrected, so we're just taking a tour, just some casual.
Which one of your parents do you think was the mastermind behind all of this? One of them was the mastermind. The other one was like just went along with it.
Good question. I think my mom. I think.
You think your mom was the mastermind behind all this?
Yeah, I think so too. His mom was no nonsense.
Yeah.
She's like, look, she's not a person that is going to sit there and let you slip.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's going to be like, bitch, now you got to do this. Got to happen. She probably convinced your dad. Your dad's like, all right. So you get sent to boarding school, which, by the way, I know I've been the bad guy the whole time. Ends up being one of the best things that happened to you.
Oh, absolutely.
So at the end of the day, sometimes certain things look awful. Right? Yeah. When I went to jail, awful, right? That's a bad moment. But the things I learned about my freedom made me never want to go back, right? So going back to, you end up making some of the best friends of your life.
Till this day,
India boarding school.
Absolutely.
And so tell us about how long it took you to become friends. And like how long were you miserable for when you first got there?
So I'll tell you, I remember on the third day is when everything hit me. Like, that's when I actually broke down and started bawling out and crying. Like, the reality set in. Like, this is my home. This is where I'm staying, and I missed so I just broke down. That's the last time I can remember, like, me really, like, breaking down and bawling out, crying. Like, I'd missed everything. The world I knew that I grew up in, it was completely different to that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, well, I did the same shit in jail.
yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. So the shock hits you, and
yeah.
you kind of just have to tell yourself, look, it's a sentence now. I just got to count down. And slowly but surely, how long did it take you to adjust and get all your friends and all that shit?
It did. It took a little. Well, the friends I made pretty quick. So they put me with the other foreign kids, right? They put me next to my boy from South Africa, my other boy from the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And they were cool as shit. So, like, they helped me, like, get acclimated to the school and everything. You know what I mean?
What were they in for?
So actually, they didn't actually do anything wrong or get in trouble, but their parents belong to the same, like, organization in their respective countries. So their parents sent them as well,
That's a hell of an organization there.
Yeah.
Quite the network.
It's funny. It's actually one of the top 5, like, ranked schools in the country now.
Oh?
Yes, right.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, folks, lesson to take from here is
going to boarding school in India is not that bad.
Are they having sex in Indian boarding schools?
They weren't when I was there. They kept so this is
they weren't, or you weren't?
No. You knew everything that was going on. I know for a fact. Like, if anybody would be, it would be my friends in the school. So no,
of course.
You know what I mean? So I'm actually going to go visit the school to see how much things have changed in all.
Well, I show up in that turtleneck, bitch, because they'll let you make a speech in that bitch.
So
the tour
with your Wu-Tang chain, your turtleneck and your Wu-Tang.
That's what I was asking him for. I was asking him for that with the Wu-Tang chain on.
So wait, I mean, we heard how long did people were, like, bringing stuff into school, like the future, like, kids years later were started bringing like weed into school and other shit like that. So. Like, people started wilding out little by little, a little bit more, Actually,
going back to Rags' question, how long did it take for you to finally get acclimated
to the school?
Yeah.
I'd say it took probably a month for me.
Okay. That's it. I mean, look.
I don't know. That's 30 long days, man.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, though. The thing is when you make friends, the world changes, right?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you got to click. All of a sudden, you got a unit.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you know that you can spend hours talking to these motherfuckers. Let's be honest. Staying up all night talking to those guys probably had more camaraderie than you've ever had in your life. Right?
Absolutely.
Because just the time you're with them so much.
We were each other's support system. We were each other's family.
You guys are all in the same hole.
Yeah.
Right?
Did you have a?
It's like Diddy and fucking who's the Sam what's his name?
Rothstein.
No, fucking who's the other kid that the fucking fro? You know what I'm talking about. That got caught. FTX. Bro. FTX, the fucking exchange. Sam, the financial. SBF. FTX is the name of the exchange.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
What's his name? SBF. What's his name?
Sam Bankman-Fried. Or
there
whatever.
we go.
Yeah.
Him and Diddy are apparently tight in jail. You know that?
That's bullshit. Hey, did you have a poster of Rags' face that you're throwing darts at in your bedroom in the boarding school?
Nah.
Right, Jay?
Nah, I got over. I learned the quickest thing was I learned gratitude. Like, I was so grateful for everything. After.
Oh yeah. Wait, at what point were you grateful, Jay?
Oh, after actually probably like a few.
I tell you what, he was grateful when he bought that turtleneck, bitch. But yeah,
were you grateful? Were you when? No,
he was grateful for his arteries, bitch. Because no, them shits ain't moving with that turtleneck.
This turtleneck's gonna keep going.
You had him in for at least the first month. Had to been holding a grudge against Rags for at least of the first month.
No, I never held it against Rags.
I mean,
actually,
he knows
bullshit.
Because I knew.
No, he knows I didn't know that was gonna happen.
Yeah, like nobody knew that.
Like, look, in the end of the day, bro, when my brothers got put in the military school, right? I fought with my parents about it, and I was kicked out of the house. You know what I'm saying? I was still fighting for them. I was like, this is not right. They're in a place where it's awful. That's the last thing I wanted for these guys. I just wanted these guys to man up and understand smoking cigarettes in this critical time in your life is going to fuck up your health.
And all the other shit we were doing on top of that. Like,
Exactly. Yeah. The marijuana, the stealing, the fighting. It was not a one fucking, you know what I mean?
If Rags hadn't called that day, eventually down the line, it would have probably been the same outcome how we were getting, That was just the
What? Eventually down the line, you would have gotten deported? You mean?
Yeah, probably something would happen, or would have gone to prison
Well, I
eventually.
mean, what's worse for us to go to jail?
Yeah, as it
or
is.
to go to India for boarding school.
Yeah.
I mean, jail is going to be worse, or juvie, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But so that's some of our origin story, guys, which we're saving for you.
If he had that turtleneck in juvie, he'd be fine.
This is shank proof, man.
You know how much weed you know how much marijuana you could hit in that fold right here, bitch?
I know. No one fucking with Jay in the jail with that fucking thing, bro.
Yo, can't shank me through this.
Yeah. I mean, by the way, talking about underdog stories, because Jay now is back in the States. He's got a good career. He's doing well in life. Underdog story today, one of my favorite brands, Poppy Soda, which is a brand I've spent a lot of money on, was bought by Pepsi for $2 billion. Poppy Healthy Soda, which has apple cider vinegar, which has the good shit in there. Fiber.
Not for long.
Wait, so it's not a THC drink?
Look how nice these cans are, man.
It's about to be
Crystal
commercialized.
Lakers, Poppy, and we'll find out they keep the ingredients the same. 5 grams of sugar. I drink this like a motherfucker. I drink the grape, the orange. I don't drink the cola. I drink the grape or the orange.
So it's not a THC drink? It doesn't have...
No. This is just a regular health drink.
Okay.
It's a healthy soda. A healthy version of soda. I love underdog stories. My brother's wife, Maria, put me onto this maybe 6 months ago, and I've been ordering it nonstop since. You know, this woman created this in Dallas. It's the American dream. What I love about this country is you start off selling this stuff at flea markets. You have a fucking actual belief. You actually want to make something healthy. And here she is now. She's multi-millionaire. Maybe even billionaire. I don't know exactly how much.
Good for her.
But
well done.
Good for her. Poppy, baby. Try this fucking healthy soda.
Rex, since
I want to give them a shout
out.
out.
All about these products and stuff. Have you ever tried mushroom coffee?
I got it right here.
Is it good? Do you feel it?
I don't fuck with it. With it.
All right.
I got mushroom protein.
Mushroom protein. Okay.
That's good. Mushroom natural protein.
All right.
Let me show. Hold on. I'll be right back. So this is one of the best brands. It's called Ohm. It is a plant protein. It's all made from mushroom. Okay. It's amazing. It's very good, organic.
What's an adaptogen? It says.
Look it up. Look, it's mushrooms. That's what. Listen, and then I also got camera. This is the dose coffee you're probably talking about. This is the mushroom coffee. Now, problem is the reason I drink coffee is because I like caffeine, right? So I don't abuse coffee. I drink it once a day. Sometimes I have 2 cups, but it's always in the afternoon. I never hit in the morning. So I don't know. You got to look. It tastes all right, but if you're drinking coffee for caffeine, it ain't going to do what you want.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
So, but yeah.
I'm going to look up this mushroom coffee.
I got one more product to hawk. This is the shit now. This stuff I've been drinking, I take a shot of this. This is olive oil. This is imported Donica. I don't know if you could read that. This is fantastic. It's expensive, but I take a shot of this with turmeric, with black pepper, with cayenne every day. My blood is flowing.
What does it help?
This is olive oil.
Your body.
Olive oil. So it's an amazing.
But why do you take a shot of it? I mean, why do you take a shot of it every day? For what purpose?
You know what I'm saying? You keep your body lubed. Like, think about this. It's a good fat.
What?
What do you mean? What? Think about...
Keep what part of your body lubed?
Everything.
What are we talking about? Are we talking about like Diddy baby oil type shit right now? What are we doing? Keep your body lubed.
You understand? When you drink olive oil, it's healthy for you, right? You don't know why olive oil is healthy for you? It's a good fat, right? It's good for your brain. It's good. It fights off a lot of... So, like, bad cholesterol, shit like that. I drink it. I feel like I'm flowing. My shits come out nice and solid. I feel like my system's running. You know, it's running flawless. Now, this is extreme amount. So if you want to see, this is 100% organic, right? This is a product of Albania. And I'm telling you, if you haven't had good olive oil, now the olive oil you probably have is all light. This shit is so thick and it's got so much good shit in it. So, have you heard of phenolic? The shit that olive oil has in it that's good for you? This have concentrated with it.
Yeah, I think plants have phenol in it.
Now, Rags, when you're fasting, do you not take the shot of the olive?
No, that's breaking my fast. When I fast, It's
Fast.
only water. It's only black coffee. And I'll even try to do the first part of the fast dry, which is tough. So, yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I know people say you try all this shit. What is wrong with you? But, bro, there is some really good shit out there and a lot of the shit I try, I don't fuck with ever again. This is one. I order this by the case. It's expensive, but it comes from Albania. It's worth it, in my opinion. It's one thing that we don't understand is blue zones. People in blue zones are having high intakes of olive oil, usually, right? It's such a good thing for your body.
Wait, what do you mean by blue zones?
Blue zone is where people live the longest in the world. Mediterranean, okay. Japan,
all right,
Northern California. It's a blue zone. So, sorry, I should have told you about that. But yeah, it's, look, you got to try all this different shit to figure out what works, right? I do a cold plunge every day of my life. That's one of the things that stuck with me, right? Red light, infrared light, that's okay, right? This, I swear by. This is just something I enjoy the taste of, right? And it's not bad for me. All these things, you find what you like, and you get to do it. Look, I'm about changing myself, being a better man tomorrow than I was today. It don't always happen, but at least I'm trying. Okay, before we go into the serious topic, I have something that I found. No. Listen, there is
no serious topic.
It's not a serious topic, but there is something I just said. Okay, I want you to. There's a new craze on my Instagram, which it bothers me a little bit, but it's not as bad as some of the other crazes I've seen on. So you have the links there. There's a new craze for Down syndrome women on Instagram. Have you guys seen these bitches?
Wait,
yeah. What? You see them? So
yes,
Instagram is now targeting me with Down syndrome IG models, aka sluts.
Yo, can you send me one? I gotta.
No, I didn't send you one. I wanted you to see the reaction on the show. All right. So I have now sent it to the group.
Okay.
Dose, play that.
Yeah, please do.
Play it because
we're going to hell. I want you guys to know that right now. We are going to hell.
This is, to me, is concerning because I'm not into this. What kind of man is so into this? And I thought about it. Like, this might be the perfect women for some men. She's not going to argue as much. She ain't going to be on your back as much, I guess.
Here we go.
Hands so good, she honorable. She rather did like a carnival. I done did the impossible.
All right, play the next one. There's a few of these girls, Jay. Some of them are real. That one's AI.
Yeah.
So now this is how sick men are. They're creating AI Down syndrome.
The other one is you only gave me. The other one's her profile.
Okay, so I wanted you to show her profile because it does show that she's AI. But I'm getting targeted now because I clicked on it. Right?
Man.
So it's the worst.
Wait, so this is a Down syndrome bot right here?
She says, "I'm an AI." So there's some perverted dude out there that decided
129,000 followers.
That is the thing that scares me. Is these Down syndrome dumps are getting that many views. There's so many Down syndrome dumps. Okay, so I sent you this other one. Play this one. I don't know if this is real or fake. But whatever it is, it's a little bit scary.
Oh my God!
Play this.
What are you doing here?
Where do these trends come from? How are Down syndrome dumps trending?
That is crazy. Is there a hashtag for this?
Watch this. They're showing a Down syndrome girl.
Ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
You say what? Guys, can I get my back? So what's up?
I don't want to fight you.
What's up? Well, me, I said I'm going to take your wig off.
They're not even paying attention to you.
Yeah, them are. Just come with me. Exactly. You're scared. Walk away. Walk away.
Karen's on the loose again.
Come on, girl. Walk away. You're scared of what? You ready to fit mom?
Okay.
We don't want, listen, Karen, you're on the loose again. You need to stop.
I think what's messed up.
It's not even funny.
What?
No, I'm good. I'll let it.
You good?
I'm good.
You good?
Yes.
Come on, girl. Fight or what?
And now I'll tell you something. Pause this. I've seen enough.
I won't fight you next.
Yo.
Okay. Pause it. So, number one, that's definitely in New York, right? You could just tell the way she's talking. Number one, I don't like the two friends behind her who are laughing at her and saying, let me hold your purse, instigating the fight, okay? But yes, Down syndrome dumps. And now I'm getting those, for some reason, I'm targeted with Down syndrome girls in the hood fighting. You know? So, and now, shit. So, it's a little bit concerning because...
Yo, the internet is wild, man. For real.
Oh my
Look,
God!
and I am to tell you, the first one to tell you, I stick up for Down syndrome people. I have my whole life.
Yeah,
for the most part. I was neighbors with a Down syndrome girl.
Mm-hmm.
I took her to the 6th grade dance, right?
Yeah,
You did?
Yeah, I did. You know who?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say her name. I don't want to give up people's identities.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like take her to dance and like dance her around. We got the same ride to the dance, and you know, she's
Which dance?
6th grade dance, West Windsor. I don't remember which dance.
It was the middle school dance, probably.
Yeah, obviously middle school dance.
Oh my God!
But yeah, I mean, look. Here's the thing. If is it what they say? Are men that fucking shallow that if a Down syndrome woman has a beautiful body, then all of a sudden now it's fair game?
Oh, like, absolutely. I'm 100% guaranteed that men. I'm not saying me. He's asking. If,
I know.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Did you see him perk up, Rags? Did you see how perked up he got right there?
Playing the video and you're out to play, and he was like this.
Because this is the wildest shit I've seen. This is
Jay got just so perky.
This is so wild.
Oh my God!
This is wild.
That turtleneck got him sweating all of a sudden, bitch.
Look,
Jesus.
I mean, are they capable? Absolutely.
I'm just saying, give these women a break, fellas. The guys who are creating the AI, stop it. It's the same guys that are that watch the brother-sister porn, man.
Oh.
It's disgusting. Okay? Come on, cuz. Moving on. We got one more story to cover, folks.
The girl?
I was going to... No. Look, I have other stuff, but we're running out of time here. I got shit to do.
You want to talk about the girl?
By the way. Huh?
You want to talk about the girl missing?
One more time.
I don't
Poppy.
believe it.
Okay? Jay, you got to get yourself a mommy and be like...
Do they have a mommy?
Mommy, pass me the pop. Mommy, pass Poppy the Poppy. Okay? God damn it. Now, let's talk about... I'm going to be have enough time for this, but... So, I want to talk about this girl that's missing in the DR. Sidiksha Konanki. Okay? Sidiksha Konanki. Right? She is missing. University of Pittsburgh student, 20 years old, went to DR with her friends, and has disappeared. Now, number one, I'm very, very confused here. And I'll tell you why I'm confused. What the fuck? When did America start caring about Indian girls? This Indian girl is getting so much attention, and I'm happy for her because...
Are you?
I want this girl to be found. I want to take this seriously, right? I would say, though, is like, I'm just surprised, bro. Usually it's white blondes.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
It's never the amount of press that they're giving this. Bro, let me tell you something right now. A black girl went missing a week ago in Florida. Are you hearing about it?
Nope.
Are you hearing about it? Look at black girl, West Palm Beach, Florida. What's her name? Okay. There's barely any news stories about it.
Apparently, there was a shitload of black kids missing, and there have been either abducted or kidnapped, and no reports about it.
There's never. That's what I'm saying. If women, especially black women and Latino women, go missing in this country, no one gives a shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's once you enter international water.
Other countries.
Why is that? Yeah. Isn't that so weird?
Yeah.
And now this girl, look, the guy who was with her is from Iowa. He's still in DR. They took his passport. Number one, he said they went in the water late. How stupid you have to be to go in that water when it's dark, right? Because you don't even know there could be some sharks out there hungry, right? Or whatever. You don't know what could be happening. So they go in there late. They hit with the strong current. Because just a few weeks ago, students died in the same water, drowning, okay? So if you didn't know that story going to DR, okay, little bit naive. They get in the water. He says the water takes him. He says he swallowed a lot of water. He saves her life, he claims. Brings her onto the ocean. Okay. Saves her life. Keeps holding on with her, even though it's crazy waves. He says he saves her life, rescues her, puts her on the beach, and he's throwing up because of all the water he swallowed, he said. He's like, are you okay? She doesn't even answer and walks away. Number one, you save someone's life. Are you going to not thank them? Are they not going to thank you? Yes. Number one. Number two, they find her clothes on the bed. On the you know how they got the furniture on the beach, right? These resorts, right? They got this. They find her clothes there. So where does she go naked? She didn't swim naked. If she did swim naked, he saved her life. Wouldn't she put her clothes back on before she enters the fucking hotel again? Yep. There's too many holes in this story. What is going on? What do you guys think?
All right. So here's some shit that does make no sense, right? One of his quotes is that he said, "I looked around and didn't see anyone. I thought she'd grabbed her things and left." If he was with her, wouldn't he know if she walked away or grabbed her things and left? Like, how does that make any sense at all? And then here's the thing that I found hilarious, right? So I guess his family, I guess they released a whole thing, or the community they're part of. It says, Josh has an unwavering devotion to his faith and genuine kindness towards others. During this time of uncertainty, he exemplifies the values of compassion, respect, and integrity that are fundamental to our church and community.
Well, let me tell you something. When I was locked up in jail, you asked my brothers, they would have said the same shit about me. You know what I'm saying? What do you think they're going to say?
Yeah, I'm sure he was reading her Bible scriptures when he was drunk with her at 4 a.m, making out in the water.
Now I'm convinced he did it. He absolutely did it. As soon as they start bringing religion in this and devoted this and all that shit.
He might be innocent because he's pushing back on DR like, bitch, I want to go home. You got to charge me or don't? You know, I think we have to remember that for some reason the media loves these fucking stories, right? But what is going on?
Her friends, I think her friends should be held like responsible. Not saying they did it, but they broke the code, right? They left her dolo, which you're not supposed to.
Well, I was getting ready to say, how did it happen that she got left dolo? At 4 a.m. in the morning, like
yeah, exactly.
How did that even happen?
Especially females, they already know that they are supposed to. They don't leave each other alone at any point for safety.
Every like female group, they're like really good at cock blocking and nothing else. Well, are you kidding me right there?
But that's another thing is they said that when she was on the beach, she gave her friends her phone and whatever other stuff.
Then how are they supposed to get in touch with her?
Why would you? Oh, we're going in the water. I'm here to take my phone. I'm like, no, don't go in the water that late, you dummy.
Yeah,
yeah. And if you're gonna. But still, even at that age, you're at least staying and waiting for her.
You make sure she gets home.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah,
Look, I just think that there's a lot of holes in this story. I think all of a sudden the media is, which is weird to me because they never cared about Indian girls before. I mean, they cared about Natalie Holloway. They cared about white girls, right? Usually. So I guess Indians are. We went up a level, even though the world hates us, and there's delete India. It's delete India until she goes missing in DR. Yeah. Now we care, as in the media cares. So
up and coming.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I just don't get this story. I feel awful for these people's parents. This is a nightmare for parents. Right?
Oh, my mom started bugging kid out.
Can you Indian parents? Don't be
what do you mean, your mom? What do you mean your mom started bugging you out? She's sending you back to India, Jay?
When she heard that.
Is that what's really happening? Is that what's really happening right now when you're going to India next week?
There, you know what I mean?
You get deported back there?
Yeah, she gets worried about anything, right? So I got 2 nieces that are in her age group. So she started immediately worrying, like, I hope my nieces aren't doing the same thing. They're not getting drunk and losing their mind and wandering off with strangers. I said, Mom, like, no, they're not doing any of that. Just because if she hears one story of something happening to someone, she'll start freaking out.
Of course, and this is normal reaction. Yeah. I mean, the thing here is those parents lost their daughter.
Yeah,
she's gone wherever she is. Right now, she ain't gonna just pop up.
Yeah,
now, if she did pop up, that would be the craziest news story in the world. Right?
Yeah.
Here's another thing: these beach resorts seem to have foul play happen all the time. How about you put a camera on the fucking beach, right? Just in your area, your resort. You would think liability These motherfuckers are like, well, we got her in the resort area. We got this and that. Well, where's the most dirt happen, bitch? On the fucking beach. Where could a rape happen? On the fucking beach. Where is motherfuckers drown? Where they just drowned? In the goddamn water. You would think these people that are making millions of dollars, and a lot of time American investors, would put up a fucking camera in their fucking goddamn vicinity on that area in the beach. It would make sense. But I guess, that's where the Dominican drug dealers come to make transactions. I forgot. How can they put a camera there? Man, but it's funny because, look,
White Lotus.
I caused a scare when I was young, right? Younger. I went to Costa Rica for a party, bachelor party. And I stayed in Costa Rica after my friends left. Okay? Worst decision I've ever made in my life. I went off with the two chicks. Found out.
Sound like the worst decision.
Well, I mean, it was a good decision until I got to the favela.
Until he sobered up.
All of a sudden, I had to check out of the resort, sober up. I got to the favela, and look, we're going back 15 years or whatever.
What's a favela?
It's the hood. I'm talking about, three-legged dogs, stray dogs all over the place. I'm talking about bars on the window. I'm talking about cold water, no hot water. What's so funny? I get to the favela, and all of a sudden, Jay, that feeling hits me. When you're in India, what have I done? Where am I going to be now? How am I going to get out of this? The same feeling I had in lockup. I'm like, bitch, what have I done? Because I just realized the neighborhood, I had to even crouch down. I had to crouch down in the car because a guy that was,
Why?
because if they saw me, they'd know I wasn't Costa Rican. I'm too tall.
Who's they?
Yeah.
The locals?
Yep.
And then they would get kidnapped. And then on top of that, she's like, I got to go do something tomorrow. Apparently, she had to smuggle something somewhere. She had this gun, too. I'm like,
That's always a great sign right there.
I'm like, all right. So I had to devise a plan to get out of there.
So what was she, a gangster or something?
She's just a local.
Getting her money one way or the other.
This is how they
Just
make
hustle.
money.
Yeah.
You feel me? Little hustles here and there. It ain't easy. It's either working girls or cab drivers are the most common job in these places.
Or smugglers.
It's very hard, right? So, yeah, I got home. People thought I was going to make it home alive. At some point, I had to devise a very specific plan. What I was smart was to get out of the favela. I was like, yo, can you take me to the ATM? I got to get you some money. I want to give you some money. Closest ATM to the favela is 20-something miles away, okay? So she's like, yeah, I got her. I used greed against her. But she wasn't probably planning something against me.
Someone else could have, though. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. I was worried because her cousin was coming over the next day. I don't want this guy to get ideas, right? So I got to take me to the ATM. I'm going to bring my bag with me because I have these documents in my bags that I might have to show in case we had to go to the bank. I was like, whatever it was, we go, and I get to the ATM. I got enough money to give them some. I gave them
How
like
much was
$50 each. They were so mad. They're like, wait, we want more? I'm like, no, listen. I got to get back to work. We got to go to the airport.
Wait, why were you even in a position where you had to give them money? You're missing. There's a lot of stuff
because
missing
listen,
from
at the end of the day, I didn't have to give them
It was
money.
a strategy. He
But
knows
I used
they'll
it as a
take them there.
Dove.
But they were pissed.
They were pissed when
But
I
why were
did
they
because they
pissed?
wanted more money. Because she's like, I drove you all the way here for this money. I thought I was getting more, right?
But $50 is a lot for them, is it not?
That's what
You have to understand, $50 ain't that much, bro. On top of that, she's gotten me weed. She got me she was taking care of
All
me.
right, okay.
Right?
You probably owed her a little, too,
Okay.
actually.
I owed her a little,
Yeah.
but I was broke back then. So the airport wasn't far from the ATM. I was like, oh, matter of fact, my boss just called me. I got to go. Look, at the end of the day, I was genuinely broke. I didn't have hundreds of dollars to give her, okay? This is going back 15 years.
I remember your brothers wanted to kill you, bro. They were
wanted
so
to kill
mad at you.
Bro, to stay there where I was staying was a dangerous thing to do. But yeah, folks, remember, when you go on vacation, be careful, okay?
Don't end up in favelas.
Don't.
We're gonna need to dedicate another segment in a future episode to a little more granular details on this fucking Costa Rica story.
Yeah.
We will.
But yeah, I definitely learned my lesson from that trip. You know what I'm
Alrighty.
saying? Number one, when you go to the fucking pharmacies in these other countries, everything is goddamn legal. So be careful of what you want. I'll put it that way. Okay? But yeah. I really hope that Indian girl, she gets found, at least for her family's sake, find the body so they can know that, you know, she's not out there alive and being kidnapped or trafficked or whatever people think.
Right.
One more point. You know, in our country, all these fucking hillbillies and all these people, the trafficking going on crazy. We got to do more. Let me tell you something. And this country claims it's doing everything for trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking. Bitch, we're not. All right. I know where the traffickers are. I know where the girls are. Okay. They're at the fucking.
They're in Queens.
Massage parlor. Okay. There's tons of them. You want them? Go get them. If you want the people who are doing it, they're there. They're picking up cash. The girl at the front desk, she knows where that guy's at. The guy who's running it, the girl who's running it. You really want to catch him? Fucking catch him. Right? They're open all night. You know what I'm saying? They make it easy to catch them. But anyway.
Happy
That's
St.
about it
Paddy's Day, everyone. Happy Iranian New Year, everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Or how do you say it?
How do you say it?
Nowruz.
Nowruz. Happy St. Paddy. Happy Nowruz. Let me tell you guys, we'll be back next week, but Jay will be MIA for 4 weeks.
Maybe his turtleneck will be here, though.
So I hope his turtleneck stays here for his sake, because he needs blood flow.
That's right.
But let me be honest, guys, he might have some good material, okay? He might have some, you know.
Oh, if there's anything that you guys want to see from my travels to India, please weigh in. Send us messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Yes.
And Jay, don't go to the beach too late in India with some girl from Iowa. Be careful.
Have a great week, everyone.